Well, good evening. It's Thanksgiving 2023. I know it's been several months since I last did an update here on the Dominion Southern. So I figured it was about time to get a new video out. So yeah, lots of progress been made since the last update. In fact, I'm not a little rusty, but I don't think we really started working on the second level bench work during my last video about 6-7 months ago. I want to say that was on Memorial Day maybe. But okay, so yeah, as you can see looking around the room here, we've been, me and the crew have been working aggressively at getting the second level up, and I'll walk you around here in just a minute. But when you look at the new panel that we built down here, this is panel A where the actual command station is sitting, along with my router and lots of power shield and PSX buses. And then we're going to go and walk around. So what you're looking at right here, this is the backside. This will actually eventually be part of what we call the CSX belt line, which will come in from back there. That's looking in towards will be CSX Riverside Yard eventually. We'll get a better look at that in here in a minute. But the belt line will run all the way around into here onto this level. And then there will be a container terminal here, intermodal yard, several heavy industries, chemical producers, things of that, things of that nature. And then of course there's going to be a container ship built here in relief. And then eventually, as we finish out the bench work going around this helix that I'm approaching, you'll see this will actually be more bench work that'll come around this helix as well. And then, so there'll be lots of industries over here that basically some poor sap is going to be in an operating session at some point, and he or she's going to spend their entire time just operating the belt line because it's going to be just loaded with industries. My friend Cam Green's already said that's his job, so people have to be fighting with him over it. Speaking of Cam's hanging out there in the cage. We keep offering him a sandwich, he keeps refusing, so that's how it is. So over here, we worked on this pretty aggressively today. What you're looking at is actually what will eventually become the diesel servicing facility, and then this is also the return. So this line right here is the actual return of the belt line back into Riverside Yard. The really thick or wide area of cork is actually the diesel servicing facility. And then up here is this is the actual main line coming in up off of the helix. This is what we're right now calling CP3. You can see here, this is a kind of a hand-drawn version of what this entire corner is going to look like at some point. And then over here is sort of the switch plant and the signaling plant for CP3 as well. So we move along as we get into this curve. This is where you're going to start getting into what will eventually become CSX Riverside Yard. Just today, we got most of this cork down, and so it's currently drying. Tomorrow, I'm going to pull all this junk off here. Yes, I realize it's a mess, folks. That's such is life building a railroad. But basically, I got to clean all this off, get all these T-pins pulled out, and hopefully by then the glue and everything is dried up, and I can get this stuff all painted. I'll be painting obviously the mainline tracks. All the cork's going to get painted gray, and I'll redo the brown where I absolutely have to, to make it just look cleaner. So as we work away, here's Riverside Yard. Will be Riverside Yard. Like I said, we spent most of the day getting cork down. Obviously, you can see the different tracks that we've already started laying here. And then it kind of become sort of the same here at this point because this is about where we stopped. I've got a little bit of Luan down here because we just had to put this in as a temporary fix while we put some gap filling, some fast and final liner to kind of fill that in and smooth it out some. So a little bit of tweaking work to do. So we didn't go any further past this. But as you can see, it's a little bit messy here again. But you can see where this will be one heck of a mainline run. This is about 40 feet mainline run. There will be industries and scenery along this route eventually. As you can see, I'm making my way down towards here. In fact, this area is going to probably be kind of a big retail area. So I've actually got a movie theater that my friend Paul did for me. He really did an amazing job. That actually lights up, but I'm not going to reach in and turn it on right now. Obviously we've also got the, we can do the sheets run. So yes, that is a scratch-built HO scale sheets. And then obviously you see several different buildings that are sitting here: Subway, Pizza Hut, etc., etc., etc. Waffle House. You can't have them all railroad modeled in Virginia or the South in any case and not have a Waffle House somewhere there. Am I right? Am I right? So we come around this corner, and again, now this right here, this area, we've got the foam cut out. This is actually going to be a smaller river crossing. There's going to be a lift bridge that goes across this one, a 2-track lift bridge, CMR one. So this is just another scene. As you can see, that mess of spaghetti there is yet another panel, panel B. And so what we're doing there is, as we work our way around, we start upgrading the panels and make them in their final configuration. We're taking these because these were really just temporary fixtures. As you can see, the circuit cards, the detection cards, and all that good stuff, they're really just mounted on a piece of OSB, or particle board. And so it's kind of a mess, but they'll look a lot nicer. In fact, I'll show you here in just a couple minutes as we get down there. You'll see we found a better way of putting these, because originally I was going to have these mounted on the bench work and have them on hinges and have them flip down when you need to work on them. However, we decided to change them into drawers, and I'll show you one here in a minute that's all finished, just to give you a sense of what that looks like. So in any case, we keep working our way down, and obviously, again, mainline run, industries, things like that will be all down through here. Again, this is all got to be repainted again. And then we get down into this corner. And then this is the first example where you see right here is the drawer where we've put all the electronics. So as you see here, I can pull this out. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes to pull this thing out, but this is what the electronics for panel A look like, or drawer A as it were. But it makes it easy to get in there. You can actually sit here in a chair and work on it if you need to. And then obviously everything is done with terminal boards. And so plug it all back in. And as I said, it can be a little bit tricky getting them in and out of there, but apparently a little trickier than I was giving credit for it. But there we go, back in there. And we coming around this corner. So now here is the big river crossing. So Paul, I know you're out there probably watching this at some place, buddy, but he is working on an absolutely monster bridge a bridge project for me that's going to go across this riverbed at some point. And so you can see where we've actually started cutting out the riverbanks a little bit. And this bridge, when it's done, will be just over 14 feet long. So this will be a really prime scene on the layout in general. So looking forward to really starting to get that one done. But this is all just roughing it in right now to get a sense of scale and things like that. So yeah, anyways, so we keep working our way back around the peninsula here. And as you can see, this is still all the CSX level over here. The Dominion Southern short line itself doesn't actually start until you get over here. So this is the other helix. So you can see the other helix is way, way over there. This is my other helix. You can see the stool. I've been in here doing a lot of work the last couple of weeks. But in any case, so this is right now temporarily named CP4. So what you're looking at is this is the coming out of the helix in the out of the staging yard. And basically what happens here is if you were to hang the left, you're on a train and you're coming up out of the helix and you hang the left on the 2 tracks, you're staying on the CSX deck, you're coming up all the way around, basically out front to where I am here, and then you're going to continue on to that big bridge that we just walked away from. However, on the other side of that, if you manage to stay right, say if you're a Dominion Southern or a CSX train that's got rights on the DS, and you stay right on that single track main that you see there, that eventually will start climbing as it gets over there where that, towards that corner where you see the stud wall. And that just gradually continues climbing until it gets back through the stud wall over there in that corner again. And it continues climbing all the way around, and comes back here. It doesn't actually stop climbing until it gets about halfway across this wall here, and then it levels out. And then once again, the Dominion Southern wraps all the way around the room, following almost the same footprint as the CSX level. And then so there's the footprint's generally the same. There's a few differences to that, but I won't bother getting to that now because we're probably a year and a half away from getting to that level. But the CSX level is going to keep us plenty busy here for the next several months. So, but yeah, in any case, so this is just again, it gives you a sense of the scale about how big this project really is. I've had 2 open houses since the last video. Generally, everybody comes in, they see it, and they are just absolutely floored by the size and the scope of the project. So this is probably going to be one of the larger private model railroads on the East Coast. There is no club here, so that's common. A lot of people walk in here and they think, oh, this must be for a club, right? This is a club, right? And no, actually, quite frankly, it is not a club. This, in fact, is a private layout. I've got a really dedicated crew of dudes that come out here and help out with it. And so it's been kind of fun working with those guys, and but in any case, so here you see a coal train that I've been working on. So that's a Cato SD40-2. that I just recently got back from John McGuire. So he put sound and really upgraded the LED. So that's an older Cato model that he's basically given a new lease on life to with this upgraded electronics. And then this is a coal train full of Rapido and Walther's RD4 coal hoppers, auto flood 3s, that I've been gradually working my way through, trying to upgrade the wheels because, as I understand it, Rapido had a known issue with some of the trucks on their auto flood 3s, and basically what that is the trucks will melt after too much use, and it can cause the wheels to seize up. So I've been gradually going through and I've been changing out the trucks with some new ones that they sent as a warranty item. In fact, you can see this has been my makeshift workbench here where I've got the cars over here that I've just finished, which is about 9 of them. And then these are all the cars that I actually have to renumber because some of them are duplicates or they just came unnumbered. And then these here are just cars that I have to change the wheels on yet. So, or the trucks, I should say. So, but when that train's done here in probably a week or so, that'll be about a 50 car coal train, give or take. And so I've been looking forward to getting a few extra trains running around down here or just getting some more so I could really start wringing out any other issues that I haven't discovered previously. But yeah. And then probably some of you who've seen my previous videos have probably recognized the fact that we originally had the dispatching station way over in this corner over here. But because we had to finish the bench work, we actually moved the dispatcher station over into this corner. And so now this is where the dispatcher will be sitting at least for the duration of the construction of the railroad. Possibly at some point I may move them elsewhere, but I haven't decided at this juncture. But for the time being, this puts them really close to the layout. So as we're working on signals and switches and things like that, or testing stuff, the person is right here in the room with us as we're working. I can actually use these tablets. They're wired in through JMRI and LCC, so I can actually carry a tablet around with me to do signals and things like that. So basically, even if I'm on the other side of the room where it can be a little bit obnoxious to kind of walk all the way back around, I can carry the tablet with me. It lets me do what I need to do without having to drop what I'm doing and go to the other side of the room all the time. So in any case, that pretty much wraps it all up. This is it's been a heck of a project. I'll try to get another video out here a little bit more frequently. I know this is being Thanksgiving. I'll be on vacation here for several weeks around Christmas time, and I'm hoping to get a lot more done here. So keep an eye out. Maybe after the turn of the new year, January, February, I'll get another video out there, and with any luck, I'll have a lot of the track laid in Riverside Yard, or at least have the main line around a good section of the room in the back out there. So, anyways, guys, folks, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. And hope you're going to have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, however you celebrate. We'll talk to you guys in 2024. Take care.